Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lights Out with Lou Savarese. Here are your hosts, Grant Miles, Jeff Michael, and Lou Savarese.
Yeah.
Whoa, hearing that. Turn the mics up a little bit. I can't hear. Turn the mics up. There we go.
Turn the mic up.
I got a little buzz in the back. Y'all hear that buzz, the ringing?
Yeah,
I hear it.
there might be weather in Houston.
Keep it up.
There is weather in Houston.
I hear it.
It up.
In case.
Anyways, welcome into Lights Out with Lou Savarese. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Grant Miles, and of course, the one and only Ric Flair over there at the end. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Whatever.
You like the Ric Flair comparison?
No.
Y'all can hear the rain through this. Like, it is pouring here in Houston.
Wow, would that be considered weather?
It's weather.
Oh my God, Lou. Yes.
It's weather.
It's weather. So we're having a little bit of weather outside here in Houston.
We are.
Of course, Lou likes to bring that up. But what's up, Gary? Thanks for paying attention. Kevin Anthony, what's up with you, my man?
What's up, Kevin?
Real quick, since Kevin Anthony is watching, man, the Astros, holy shit.
Yeah,
I told y'all.
they. What's that?
Oh, I'm going to look up at the cameras.
Okay.
Yeah, the Astros, man, just, wow.
Yeah, they got some injury problems.
Well, that's a COVID-related issue, but they're getting killed.
Yeah, I know.
They're getting killed.
Yeah, the Astros are not going to be. They're going to go through a little lull here where they're going to have some problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lights Out with Lou Savarese. Here
Is it Logan or Jake? I can't even tell you if it's Logan or Jake.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the polls.
It's one of the balls.
Yeah.
And
No, I
we'll
don't
get
know
into
either.
it. He's been accused of some sexual
Who?
misconduct. Jake, is it Jake?
I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
Okay, so
I'll be real with
but
you.
yeah,
I don't know.
like this lady came out. We'll get into it in a little bit. But we're over here at Savarese Fight Fit over here in Bel Air. This is Lights Out with Lou. Lou, what do you got going over here at Savarese Fight Fit?
We've been having the classes are really starting to fill up. We're at capacity. So people are waitlisting. So actually, I met with a contractor today, and we're gonna expand the kids' room up front because we're having so many kids coming in. But everything's going really good.
Ladies and
Pleasure of going out and watching some sparring downtown at your
Yeah,
other
it's cool.
gym. Man, it's wild. And like we were just talking about Regis Pro Grace, he trains down there and he fights this coming up weekend. Man, but driving by here on Bel Air and just seeing the kids in the window because you have a class at night
cool.
with the kids, man. They're doing sit-ups, they're punching the bag. Like, that's awesome.
There's a little girl here. She's 9 years old named Mary Lou. I'm not kidding. The kid's a phenom. I don't want to ever in a box, but she just throws perfect punches. It's almost innate. It's really, really cool.
Why don't you want her to box?
She's just a cute little. She's 9 years old right now, but I just can't see her. Her mom's a physician. I don't see her needing to box. Most guys that box, it's usually guys that really, need to get out of a really rough situation. In the sense they're from most boxers are from poverty-stricken areas and really rough areas, and it's usually a great way of getting them out of certain situations and putting them in better situations. Even myself. I grew up, relatively not poor. I had my family was awesome, but I just had some anger issues, and it really helped me out with boxing and everything. So.
If somebody's going to do that, let's say somebody decides, hey, I really like boxing. I know through people we've talked to, it kind of progresses more, I guess, in the high school ages or middle school. If that's something that somebody wants to do, is there an age that's appropriate to start that off?
That's interesting you say that, because I don't think sparring at a certain age is good. It's just like lifting weights at a certain age. It's almost better that you're done growing, because you have growth plates. And I feel the same way with sparring too. I think it's fine for the kids to train, but even like in martial arts, they don't really spar. Like in karate, I did karate when I was young. They do, but it's not really hitting hard. Boxing, you're going in there, you're trying to take the guy out. Even in sparring, it gets pretty rough. So I would think at certain ages, I wouldn't feel comfortable having them sparring until they get a little bit older. But training, it's great. I mean, it's really good for. They're finding out now it's really, really good for different ADD, because you have to think about it. You did it with me when you're you're hitting the pads. You have to hear the guy say it.
Yeah.
You have to locate the pad. It's very cerebral.
Yeah, it is. No, when we were doing that class, because in case anybody wants to know, I came up here and showed out with Lou one time training. So
They're still talking about it.
Still talking about it, yeah.
They love that I work with the handicap. That's how it goes.
Boom on me, yeah. But no, it was good. I mean, it's and I think that's one of the things. I mean, you obviously can speak to this more than I can, but I think that's one of the things I took away from something like that. That session was more than just the physical part of it. I think some people don't think about the mental part of boxing, and just like that thought process of it's not just going up there and standing across from somebody and just knocking each other out. I mean, there's a lot of thought with that.
Like my favorite, I mean, you would probably find it hard to do. My favorite sparring with a guy is an oil and gas guy. He's a big hedge fund, a private equity guy. His name is Randy Wade, great guy, and he's maybe 5'10", 5'11", maybe 180 pounds. But I could go in there and annihilate him. But I have so much fun sparring with him because he thinks in there. It's really cool. I mean, it's very tactical. It's almost like a chess match. Obviously, I can go in there and overpower him, but it's fun to actually spar with the guy and do stuff. Thinking in there. It's really cool. A lot of my oil and gas guys, a lot of guys in big business, they say it's the only time they get out of their head. You can't really be thinking about your problems and then try and listen to the guy and do the pads and do all that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I have a friend just wrote a book. It's really interesting. He's a guy, I think I might have talked to you guys about him, my friend Doug Frago. He invented the knee saver. You remember that?
Yeah.
So anyway, he invented this thing called the cryo helmet, and it's a helmet that kind of freezes your head. But they're finding out now also that a lot of kids that have ADHD, ADD, and the boxing is very, very helpful for them. So, because it really gets them out of their head and makes them be in the moment.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Okay, speaking of.
Oh yeah, I forgot Jeff was here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been over here doing. I mean,
yeah.
I'm all right. I'm all right. There's some weather outside, so I'm dealing with that.
Here, do you want to get over? You want to do the weather report real quick?
I can.
Lou and I will stand here and we'll listen to you do the weather.
Pouring down rain here in Houston. Pouring down rain.
Yeah. If you're in Houston, you want the weather's like.
I don't know if you
know
the trend when it's usually hot.
Y'all gotta check it. Listen to this. I did some. Well, I didn't do research. Ashley did some research on this. You mentioned ADHD.
Yes.
There is a report online that says peanut butter and Mountain Dew do the same thing to your brain as Adderall.
It may be. Mountain Dew has been the highest that I know of, the highest caffeine count.
Basically, it's like a massive protein and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, Mountain Dew is low. It was since I've been a kid. It's been the most caffeine in any one of the soft drinks.
Well, it was.
I don't know if it's but I don't know if it compares to any of the drinks that they have out there.
What do you have over there? What are you on? Because you had wrote. Okay, y'all got to check this out. Like this is some serious shit. Lou wrote a poem online. And we'll get into his pictures later. But he wrote a poem online called "Clean," and what happened there?
It was really cool. I got contacted by a company called Clean. They're out of Austin, Texas, and I've been drinking their drinks out of Whole Foods. And it's an awesome drink. It's just been really moving to me. It's really cool, and I'm in recovery, and I'm gonna have one year.
A year, May 26th.
May 24th, but who's
May 24th.
counting? Yeah, who's counting? But anyway, it's
not Jeff.
It's been
Hold
really.
on, let me take a sip. My bad.
Yeah, while you guys are drinking your truly.
Yeah, so tell me about that, man. Yeah, that's great.
Let's get into Lisbon.
Hold on. Anyway, yeah, but it has been so cool, and it's a company. They get 50% of their profits to people in recovery. So it's been
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's what a great. I mean, this whole sobriety thing's kind of.
So what's
cool.
it called? Clean, and you can find it at Whole Foods.
Yeah, I get it at Whole Foods, and it tastes great. It's really, really good. And it's all
a good plug for them.
Yeah, it's all. It's not any synthetic caffeine. It's all from different plants and stuff. It's really cool stuff.
There we go. Well, man.
Too.
Welcome to Lights Out with Lou Savarese. Obviously, I'm Jeff Michael, Grant Miles. Man, let's get into a little bit of boxing. Fury and Joshua. I know you want to talk about this. Can they reach a deal in a venue? So they said that they're going to have it at Wembley, which holds like what 150, 200,000 people.
They'll sell that out. I really believe they will.
Oh, over there
mean,
for sure.
My
Huge, I know.
goodness.
For sure.
That'd
But
be a
why
cool
are they,
venue.
Why are they still in somewhat of negotiations?
That just means that they're in negotiations. Somebody's not agreeing to something, and they're going to,
That's what bothers
Yeah.
me, bugs the absolute living crap out of me is that, these guys, well, there can't be that much to bargain or fight about. Like, I mean, we'll get into corner. Well,
Whoa. What are you talking about?
somebody said, okay, if somebody said, Lou, $25 million to fight Tyson, what's your answer?
What? I fight King Kong for 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that
But they're like, I mean, they're bickering and fighting over.
We'd
like,
never
what?
see Lou
What are they
again.
arguing over? And we see this all the time with we've had Regis in, we had, we had Shockey in here. We've had so many fighters, old fighters come in here and say the same thing. This is where boxing gets a bad name.
Well, the big problem is obviously everybody. There's a bad element there, and everybody's trying to get fed. That's the problem. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but it shouldn't be as complicated because what happens is you're a promoter. You have a promoter as a fighter, and you don't deal with the promoter. You deal with the manager. Your manager is supposed to be the one that gets you. Like, okay, for example. Regis's manager is Peter Berg, the movie producer, but he has a guy that does
Wahlberg's partner.
Yeah, and he has a guy that I can't remember the guy's name, but he's the guy that handles all that stuff. He's a business guy, so that's really what's supposed to happen on paper. But what happens is people, and there's a lot in the way of. Like remember we talked about with Leonard fighting Hagler, and you talk about how many rounds, there's a lot of little details too.
But I mean, back then it was like when we were talking to Iran Barkley, remember? Yeah. So he got paid $225,000 to fight. Who was he fighting?
Oh my God! For Roberto Duran.
Yeah, Roberto Duran,
Yeah,
and Duran got millions.
I'm
right?
sad. I was so sad to hear.
But he's like, I'm taking the fight, right? So these people are getting $25-30 million and arguing about it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you nuts? Like back in the day, like people like Iran Barkley, they took $225,000. You took $500,000 or whatever to fight. Who were you fighting? And you should have got $1 million.
No, I got it. I wound up getting him to fight Michael Grant.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
We were going to bring up that fight. Look, how much did Grant get?
Well, I'd have to prorate it, but he had got one signing bonus for he did a deal with HBO. He did like a 6-fight. I think it was a 6-fight deal with HBO. I can't remember exactly. So he was paid. I don't want to say before the fight, but it was pretty. Probably I would imagine you got around $2 million.
Yeah, and that's just before the fight.
Yeah, you had a contract.
And you took the fight just like Iran Barkley took the fight because you need money and you want to, and these guys are bickering over 22 to 25. Like, come on, man. Like, really?
Well, and I'm not.
It's all relative.
I'm not on the boxing side or your side on this. I'm just guessing here that even though it's a lot of money, I think there's still people on both sides wanting it done their way, and so you're having people negotiate and be like, well, we want it this way. Well, now we want it this way. We want it here. We want it there. So it's not just the money part of it.
There's also some expectancies too. If you're the champion, you're expected to be paid more. It's very rarely. That's why this is kind of interesting. Larry Holmes had a bad taste in his mouth. It was really about Jerry Cooney, and it wasn't Cooney's fault, obviously, but it was the first time ever in the history of boxing that I remember that the challenger got more than the champion.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before.
Holmes got really angry and said something in the heat of battle. He said that Marciano couldn't carry his jockstrap, but he said it, with a microphone in his face, and I don't give it any credence at all.
But they still agreed to do the fight, though, right?
They did. I mean, what do you do? Turn the fight down, and still it was a lot of money. But what's his name? Cooney got more money because at the time he was white, and he was he's still white, I think. But at the time
that's
he was
a good
white.
point. He is.
But no, but it was.
I love the I think part.
No, it was scarcity.
He's more white now than he was
in
then.
real estate, with anything else, scarcity becomes an issue. It raises the price up.
Yeah.
There's not too many white guys to fight. So
yeah.
Let's get into a couple of more fights. That Fury Josh one.
Yeah, I was white too. Just so you know.
Huh?
I was white too.
You were white or right?
I'm right and white.
Are you considered white? Like
Why?
you're
'Cause
Italian, right?
Yeah, I know. Some people say.
So is Italian white?
Are you a WAP?
You better stop. You know what WAP stands for?
No, what is it?
Oh my God, this is so.
Not
cool.
the song. Don't say the song.
Yeah, don't bring up the
No,
song.
no.
I don't care.
The damn song.
Although I would
listen.
love to hear you sing that song. I don't want to hear you sing that song right now.
If you said that to my dad, if he would.
Oh yeah, the old school.
Oh, he would have folded your
yeah,
teeth
that's like
back.
calling somebody the N-word.
He would have folded your teeth back. But
Yeah.
WAP meant when you came over.
But you can do it if you want to. I'll watch.
Yeah, hold on, let me tell you. So when you came to Ellis Island from other countries, what happened? So the Italians got to Ellis Island, they came on immediately, and boom, they stamped them without papers. WAP.
Oh, without papers.
Yep,
That's what WAP stands for.
Yep, that's right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my best friend.
It's a derogatory term.
Yeah, good job, Joe.
It's interesting you bring that up. Blair Ruffino passed away 2 years ago. Is my best friend, like since I was like 30. Yeah, it was a Ruffino family, and we used to fuck around. I tell him WAP every now and then. He's like, man, listen, if you're Italian and you're in New York, whatever, that's like calling a black person the N-word. Like the same thing. Like I mean, it is that bad. I was like, wow. Like it's a northeastern thing, and we're from the south,
Yeah, the two derogatory terms are Guinea and WAP.
Gotcha. Yeah. Where's your cousin, by the way? Where is
Guido?
Yeah, where's Guido, dude?
Who knows?
He's normally on here.
We need to call Guido.
He might be at the manhole. Who knows?
So, listen, I don't know if you watched this, but Joe Smith Jr. beats Maxim Vlasov to win the WBO light heavyweight, which was vacant at the time. Did you watch any of that fight?
I did watch the fight.
What did you think of Joe Smith?
No, he's been around. He was down here, he trained down here for a little bit, down at the at Main Street Boxing. The kid can really fight.
He's not bad. He's not bad. Light heavyweight. What weight class is that?
Well, in the amateurs, 178, 175 in the pros.
Okay.
175 to 20, because cruiserweight is 201, so it goes heavyweight to cruiserweight.
I get so confused with all that. We need to have a breakdown with all that. Like,
I bet even sometimes people in boxing get a little bit confused on that kind of stuff, don't you? I mean, there's just so much. It's the weight classes,
well, in the old days,
classifications, and the belts and all that.
Well, the belts get, they call it alphabet soup. But now, I think that's good for boxing.
Alphabet soup?
That's what they used to say. It was alphabet soup. All the different IBA, WBA, WBC, HBO, ABC, whatever.
Is that a trigger?
OPP.
He's down with OPP. Yeah. Man, I used to love that.
Oh, that was a great
Naughty
song.
by Nature.
That was a great song.
And people forget that, like Naughty by Nature. That whole album was good. Like they had a bunch of songs on that album.
Oh, they had another song besides that?
Yeah,
do you remember Naughty by Nature?
Oh yeah, you kidding me?
Dude, he wore Z Cavaricci's. He knows Naughty by Nature.
Just so you know, I hope we do talk about his fight against Michael Grant, because I have a wonderful question about music on that fight.
Okay, we'll get there in a second.
Okay.
Real quick, we talked.
Hey guys, before we start, let me ask you a question.
Shit.
My arm's getting too big. What do you think? No, seriously.
Here
I'm just asking.
Listen.
What do you think? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not even gonna do this.
No, I'm serious. Man.
I'm not even gonna do this.
I'm gonna lead into. Listen, I'm gonna lead into this.
No, just so you know, 77025 right there. That's the zip code of my bicep.
Oh, jeez.
095, baby. I'm there.
Damn.
Y'all keep going at it. This is fun.
Wait till we talk to
I like being right here.
You saw those kids behind me, right? It's crazy. These kids would follow me in here with scotch tape because I'm so ripped. Jesus, it's tough.
Dad joke. See, we should have one of those.
We
should have a soundbite like of somebody like laughing, or just to get him somebody to laugh at his jokes.
Oh, dude, everybody loves my jokes.
Everybody?
You buying or trying, huh?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
I mean, your poet didn't know it. Like, keep up.
Yeah, no, keep going. You're doing jokes. Keep going.
No, we'll start rapping a little bit. I do want to ask
you. should do an open mic night one time at a comedy club.
He'd be great.
At a comedy club.
No, remember he said he does a killer. Oh, who did you do a killer of? You even said that you did a killer.
I do. What do you go do? I did it with the Whiskey Brothers. I used to go and do jokes with them with the Whiskey Brothers.
The Whiskey Brothers?
Yeah, there's some guys here in town that are funny.
Lou, who the...
I don't know. I don't know who the Whiskey Brothers are.
They're probably a little bit before your time, but
we're not millennials, but
like before your time. Like
the guy actually still. I saw him recently. Slade Ham. He's really
a what?
Slade Ham. He's the comedian.
Slade Ham.
Yeah, he was.
Is that a name of somebody?
Yeah, I went to see him.
I thought it was a club. I thought it was like a display. That's a great.
Ask your boy the Brit. He knows him. I bet he knows him. Next to Brit.
All right.
Okay.
I will.
But you should go do an open mic night at a comedy club.
Okay.
Will you do that, please?
Listen, Ahmad Ben says, Big Lou, I'm looking for sparring.
He's tough, dude. That guy,
really?
He's probably my toughest sparring partner ever. One of my top ones. The guy, you hit him with Easton and he wouldn't go down.
Do you give it a 100%?
Well, when we we used to beat the shit. We were our best friend, but we knocked the crap out of each other.
Really?
He went the distance with Grant.
Shit.
I think he went the distance with Grant. Really tough guy. He was just lazy and got very Americanized.
I know this.
His big problem was,
He got very American.
oh my God, he was big. He was the one I told you the story about when Pi said, "Oh shit, that puts you stretch him out."
Oh,
for
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was one. Yeah, he was dating this girl way out of his league, man. Oh my God, way out of his league.
Hey, y'all got to go back and check out. Go to Lights Out with Lou Savarese. Check out our podcast, man. It's unbelievable. We have all of our shows on there. This is show number 11. Next week's show, we'll get to that. It's a surprise announcement that Lou's going to make here in a little bit. It's incredible.
And
So
the
stay
last
tuned for
thing,
that.
just to bring Abdeen on there too, and Pi also said, I give Pi credit. He said, "Oh, but I put money in the bank, man. You measure when you get home. You got a little bit more than when you left with." Ooh, talking about that. What you know? Ooh.
I wish I would have met that dude.
I got
Oh, man, me too, dude.
I have a fan in Turkey. The guy gets me video of stuff, pictures I've never seen of me. It's
Yeah, you
crazy.
told.
Dude, he sent me a picture of Pi.
Did he
A
really?
video of Pi talking to me.
Send it to me because I'm tired of the
don't-
gerbil pictures. So send me a picture
it's
of
not
Pi.
gerbil. It's a guinea pig, dude. It's not
Well,
gerbil.
dude, is there a difference between what's the difference?
It's
I
bigger,
have no
much bigger.
idea.
See, I don't-
Guinea pigs are much
Ask,
bigger.
ask Nature Lou over here.
Gerbils procreate a lot
Nature
more.
boy. Look, Ric Flair, the nature
Yeah,
boy.
see, exactly.
And,
Nature boy
and,
Lou.
and Richard Gere cannot fit a gerbil. Cannot fit a guinea pig in his rectum.
Was it a guinea pig?
No, it was a gerbil.
Okay.
So gerbils
Is there a
are
big
smaller.
difference
What
in
do
that
you
size?
have? What do you have?
I have a guinea pig.
You have a guinea pig, and what's the name?
Slow-mo.
No, it's not slow-mo. I thought it was
Sigmund Slow-mo.
Sigmund, yeah.
Sigmund.
I call him Siggy.
Siggy Slow-mo.
He's so much
So
fun.
check this out, y'all. Like, this is no bullshit.
He's the coolest guinea
I'm
pig
just,
ever.
I'm at home, relaxing,
Shut up.
chilling, and ding, phone goes off, right? Lou Savarese, heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Bing, pull up. We're just chilling. It's a gerbil. It's a
Not a
We'll show
gerbil,
it.
guinea
Sorry.
pig.
Zach,
Guinea
do you
pig.
have it?
Zach, you got
Zach,
the
do you have that picture?
You
Can
gotta
you
put
bring
that
it
picture.
up?
So he sends me a
He's so
picture
cool.
of,
On my dashboard.
of this guinea pig just cruising in Houston on the dashboard, and I'm like, here's
Yeah.
Lou Savarese.
Yeah.
He's the
I'm in the
coolest.
gym right now.
Fought Evander Holyfield, George Foreman, Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
Michael Grant.
Like,
I mean,
hey-
fought all these guys.
And I got a
I like
guinea
guinea
pig
pig.
in his car. Like he's like, check out me and my guinea pig. We're cruising
He's so
around.
cute. Oh, he's the cutest thing.
I love it though, man.
He's so, oh my God. Now my daughter, the lady had told us when we got it, she said they like to be held, but they don't like to be picked up. Now my daughter puts her hand in the cage and it runs right up her arm. It's so cute.
That's dope. I mean,
They like to be held, but they don't like to be picked
Yeah, they
up.
like to be picked up. Like when I go in there, I have to chase them and get them, and then once you pick them up, and they like it. They like the cuddling and everything. But my daughter puts her hand in the thing.
Is your how old's your daughter?
She's 9.
She's 9. Is she?
She just turned 9, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
percentile is she in height?
Height, she's tall. She's really tall. I don't know, but
Because you're a big dude.
they said she's gonna be like 6'2" or something.
Oh man.
I know.
Because they just so
How
different.
tall is mom?
5'10", 5'11".
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
wow, she can be an athlete
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
she can really. She got some ups. I don't know.
Maybe we'll have her
Who
on
her
one day.
dad was, but-
Maybe we'll have her on for sure. What's up,
Yeah, I got
Patrick?
3
Patrick
for her.
Well,
Hero's on.
does he
Oh,
does
boy.
he know? Does
Who?
he know about your father-in-law?
Who?
Jeff, does he know
what
about
am
your
I
father-in-law?
supposed
Your ex-father-in-law?
What about him?
Does he know who he is?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit. Is this gonna be something?
No. I had this conversation. Is this something we can talk about?
Yeah, of course.
You know who his ex-father-in-law is?
Who's that?
Ted Nugent.
Oh really? I actually think that I might have known that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ted Nugent.
Motor
The
City Band.
gunslinger, out in
Yeah.
the country, F everybody,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a little outspoken.
Yeah.
He's a cool
I
guy.
would say so.
You
yeah.
know, I would pay top dollar to sit down with Lou Savarese and Ted Nugent.
We've done it, but-
I won't even say anything. I'll
Yeah, I
just sit there.
listen to. It's like having a concert with George Strait on a guitar.
George Strait, you heard about it.
Yeah,
George Strait changed his name. It's George Gender Fluid. You haven't heard about that?
yeah. He,
He
had
was
to.
so waiting to say that joke.
He
why I
was
brought it
He
up.
gave me a layup. He did not. He
was
did
so
not.
excited
He
to
did
say
not.
that.
No, that was
So excited. He brought it up. He's like, oh, I hope they say George Strait. I hope
All
they
right.
say
Speaking
George
of, let's get back to a little boxing. I know this pisses you
Wait, what
off.
did Patrick say? What did Patrick Harrell say? Did you-
No, he just said he's watching right now. He didn't say anything yet, but it's.
oh, good. That's really
You know,
exciting.
hey, by the way, Patrick, send those Tyson gloves and the Holyfield gloves. I would love to see those. Holyfield is fighting. I know.
Kevin McBride.
I know. Sore subject is fighting Kevin
I was gonna say a
McBride.
joke.
Tune up for the Tyson fight.
Well, is it a fight or is it an exhibition?
It's exhibition.
What is this? This is so stupid.
Well, because Tyson said that he's going to break all his records or something like that with exhibitions, but Holyfield won't fight an exhibition. He wants it to be a fight.
Wait, you just told me Holyfield's doing an exhibition with McBride.
Yeah, but
that's how you started that conversation.
Yeah, but Tyson doesn't want Tyson wants an exhibition fight, but Holyfield wants to fight Tyson as a sanctioned fight. So, anyways, back to it. Holyfield is fighting Kevin McBride. What has to piss you that's got to make you mad, dude.
Well, I don't care about Holyfield. I mean, Tyson.
Have you seen Kevin McBride? I haven't seen any pictures. Is he in shape like you?
I have no idea.
You would beat the.
Let's see if I can find out.
McBride would do it, yeah. I saw him get knocked out by. But he was a tough guy, a real tough guy.
His claim to fame is that Tyson sat down in the corner, right?
Yeah.
Like Tyson, that was the end of Tyson's career. Tyson was at the very end. It was round
I can't believe
6
he's
or
still
something,
coming,
and Tyson just went and sat down and just gave up, right? So his claim to fame, Kevin McBride's claim to fame is that he ended Mike Tyson's career. And now he's fighting Holyfield and probably getting paid handsomely.
Holyfield knock him out even at this age, I think.
I can't wait because to me,
Colossal. I think
that guy.
Yeah, it's called the
that
Colossal.
guy right there.
Oh my God, dude!
That dude.
Can you
Kevin
get
McBride.
him? Can you get him on the
How does
phone?
he look now? McBride? No.
Can you get him on the phone? Like, how about y'all fight and the winner between y'all fight Tyson?
I would beat him like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, for real. Like, when are we gonna see Lou Savarese in the ring?
Hey, did you send me? You got a current picture of him now?
That's what I'm trying to look for.
Who did McBride fight?
No,
all
he
these
didn't fight anybody.
Who did he fight?
I can't remember. He was undefeated for a while. He was out of Boston. I think he had Hagler's guys with him, a bunch of Irish guys. He was from Ireland, I believe. Came over from Ireland.
Yeah, he is.
was
Irish boxer.
Yeah, colossal.
While you look that up, a couple of things. Ryan Garcia and the Javier Fortuna fight is now on.
That's good. That's a great fight for boxing.
I wanted to get your opinion on that, and I wish that Shock was here, man.
Yeah.
By the way, if y'all haven't seen Oceanic Shock Foster, go back and listen to the podcast on Lights Out with Lou Savarese. This guy is amazing. Or follow him.
Wait till you see this kid fight. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody, all boxers, like boxers always have. There's always like a guy that boxes like, man, this guy, and he was one of the guys. He was just.
So
he was, he just didn't train as hard as he should. Now he does, and he's a phenom. I mean,
So Max Kellerman has a boxing show on ESPN, right?
Yeah.
So he tagged Lou Savarese on Twitter.
No way.
And tagged us. And
Get out of here. That's
Max,
my boy, man.
And Max was
He said
talking
the
about
favorite.
Oceanic Foster.
He said the
was like,
favorite thing ever about my whole boxing career. The nicest thing ever said. And I used to call him up when I came home. When I used to live in Manhattan.
Max Kellerman.
I used to call him like.
Yeah, he was young when you were fighting.
No, but when I was before I was even fighting, I was like 17, 18, and I call him and he'd be on this show. It was a public access show. His dad bought him, and that's how he started. He used to do this thing. And I was like, "What does this little Jewish kid know about boxing?" I used to call him. Like, "What the? You wouldn't know." I said, "You wouldn't know a left hook from a fishing hook." I used to yell at him. So we used to butt heads. But then he said the best thing ever about me in boxing. He said that I had a good old school career. I love that. That was cool.
Good old school career.
Yeah, that's one of the best things.
Why do you say that's
because
the best
to me, the old guys.
You fought all the.
I fought everybody they put in front of me. I never turned the fight down. So
and that
was kind of a cool thing.
I honestly love this show about that. And I mean, he hit it dead on. When you call people, and I've seen people around you, they respect the shit out of you, man. And I'm sorry for
I know,
people.
but the thing is, I was
that
probably too stupid to cancel. I thought I could beat everybody. I still think I could beat everybody. I got issues. But I still look at it. Is that him now?
That's what this is, a TMZ video where he's we don't have it on right now, but he's
he hadn't been around boxing.
He's talking about a rematch.
Well, I mean, obviously it's the name.
No, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, honestly, if he could make a couple of dollars out of it.
I met him a couple of times. Real nice guy and everything. So,
but he hasn't fought near the people that you have, and I'm not really sure how we get you in front of those people, but we'll definitely work on that. But anyway,
get in the ring, man.
Holyfield's fight. Yeah, I mean, I'll spar.
All
with
these
you.
other
I'll spar with you for tune-up. We'll be ready to go.
For tuna, you said?
Tune-up.
Oh,
tuna.
Tuna.
I think you had enough tuna, man. We're gonna push back a little bit.
Back to Oceanic. Yeah. So Max Kellerman brought up Oceanic Foster on ESPN the other day and said that that his time is coming. Like Foster's time. And I watched him because you told me to go down to the gym downtown, and I watched him spar Regis. Yeah. And Regis Prograis, obviously, we'll get into in a second, is fighting on the undercard this coming
we'll be
weekend.
watching the show here.
And man, them two, I could not believe that I was watching Foster and Prograis spar. And it was unbelievable. Man, Oceanic Foster is no joke.
No. He's just one of these guys.
He is good.
I had no idea. I mean, it was so cool having him on the podcast. I've been around, but I had no idea he had that many amateur fights. I mean, that's
almost 200.
There's very few guys that have that many. I mean, some of the Russian guys, it's really something.
Let me ask you
and
this.
well spoken, man.
Yeah, no. Well, and every guy that we've had in here has been that way.
Yeah.
Like every guy that we've had in
Regis,
here,
yeah.
we've had Austin Trout, we've had Regis, we've had Ocean.
Even Barkley, that was such a
Oh, that was
Yeah,
great.
for sure.
You guys don't know it. And
Just wait till we announce who we have in a week. It's coming up.
Iran wouldn't mind me saying this. I mean, but he was in a rough spot, and I mean, I was really fearing for his life a while back. He was homeless, but he's doing great now, man. It's so cool.
Sounded
it's really
good.
cool. Yeah.
Well, no, what I was going to ask you is, does record really matter in boxing? And the reason I ask that question is
Dude,
because
that is a great question.
because Shock has 2 losses.
Yeah.
We're sitting here talking about he's 18-2.
Yeah.
We're sitting here talking about how talented he is. Max Kellerman's bringing him up, like all these different things. Does the 2 losses matter?
It does. I mean, you wouldn't think that a guy lost too early on, too, but to me right away, if I saw the guy fighting, I would think 2 things: either one is he was mismanaged, or 2, he wasn't taking it seriously. And that happens. I mean, I got a guy here, Nagy Aguilera. He's going to be fighting in a couple of weeks. He's fighting a Russian, a beast. And Nagy, he's a trainer here, but he's a guy. He's just amazing. And I'll tell him the same thing. If Nagy, you just don't want to hear his whole career. If Nagy was ever in shape, he could beat anybody. But now he's in shape. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. But point I'm getting at is some guys just, they don't train as hard as they should train.
To Grant's point, what he's saying, like Regis has that 1 loss, right? Even though it was
that
tough.
was so close. Though.
Yeah, and it was a tough fight, and it was like obviously the cards say that Regis might have won.
Yeah.
He's talked about that on this show as well. That 1 loss does matter.
Well, there's a marquee value to it. If you're undefeated, it's always a good thing to be undefeated. But you got to look at.
But
the
who's
loss.
undefeated these days, right? So if you go 6 or 7
There's only-
fights,
listen,
that's
there's
I mean, even Canelo's not
There's only
undefeated.
been,
Yeah, exactly.
there's only been a
That's
couple.
what I'm
Yeah, you got to look. But okay, to go backwards, I agree with you. The record is not. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. The first 15 guys I fought, pretty much, or 12, they were bums. I mean, I fought mostly bums in the beginning because I didn't have a huge, extensive amateur career, and they were trying. And you want to do your risk to reward. You want to fight guys that are, you're not going to fight a really tough guy, put your career on the line to get paid nothing, lose money, so.
Well, and if you look at the ring, and you look at their current ratings, pound for pound, the number 1 guy is Canelo. He's got 1 loss.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then of course beyond that, you've got 0. You got Inoue,
Yeah.
the guy from Japan.
Yeah.
He's 20-0. Terrence Crawford 37-0. Alexander Usyk 18-0.
Well, you got to look who they fought. I mean,
Earl Spence 27-0. But then you do have somebody like Juan Francisco Estrada who's 42-3.
Yeah.
That's on there. You got Vasily Lomachenko who's 14-2.
And Lomachenko's a big
Oh,
name.
He's a
but
big
he
time dude.
had some crazy amateur experience too. The Russian guys like that. The guy that's fighting our guy Nagy Aguilera, who's a trainer here, he's a big dude. I don't know what his the fight was supposed to be this weekend in Atlanta, I believe. No, there was a fight that's supposed to be this weekend or next weekend. Look up Nagy Aguilera. And he was fighting.
What weight class is he?
He's a heavyweight. Dominican.
Hey, speaking of, real
There's
quick,
the
we
picture
had
on Red
we had
Bull.
Miguel on last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Who won the fight? Because
He lost. Not Miguel. The guy Pablo Cruz.
Pablo Cruz.
Lost the decision, which is he was in there with a beat.
Pablo Cruz lost.
He
Okay.
was supposed to lose.
Now Miguel, we don't know when Miguel's fighting yet. We had Miguel
No.
Flores on last week. You guys just
Phone call.
Man,
I mean, dude,
unbelievable, dude.
The people we've had on the show, bro.
Wait till you hear he's
Miguel.
coming on.
I mean, it's crazy, man.
The timing of Miguel being on is really good, but also, one of the things that Miguel, and he didn't mind me saying this, but his brother Benjamin was killed in the ring, and he's one of the guys that I really think about. And Benjamin was a beast. I mean, just fought his heart out and was willing to die in the ring and did it.
Well, he mentioned that one of the most. And we've had, this is show number 11, and we've, like Grant just said, we've had some incredible guests on already. And when he said that he was talking about his mother, talking about how she was begging him not to get in the ring because she had just lost her other son. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The interview.
It was the worst.
Wow.
One of the worst things I ever saw in my life. And when I went up there to see him, and my trainer and dear friend was his trainer, and he was winning the fight and got hit, died of a subdural hematoma. But to see him
yeah, you said he went back to the corner.
Yeah,
we won't spend too much time. He went back to the corner, told his trainer something didn't feel right.
Yeah,
and then they got the
and then
paramedics. And 5 days later,
they took him. Yeah, he died. I think it was 5 days later. But it was just terrible seeing him in the bed in a coma. It was really something.
So real quick, sorry, Grant, just real quick.
No,
But
go
can I
ahead.
finish up real quick on that one?
Yeah.
But because you have a guy here willing to die in the ring, and it is true. I don't think that's where I get my, I get pissed off about the YouTubers because
guys,
these guys, they're making light of a sport I really love, and I just think the old timers. But once again, they do bring money to the sport, so and hopefully we can just weed them out by knocking them out.
Go ahead, Grant, and then I'll get into what we were about to talk about.
What do you mean?
Well, I was going to bring up the fight this weekend.
Yeah. No, let's get to that.
I wanted to bring up because, man, we're already 40 minutes into the show.
Are we really?
I feel like we've been talking for 5 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Real quick,
you guys don't shut
Regis Prograis is fighting.
Did he just say that?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Well, we'll just let you talk.
Do you shave your arms? Because
No, I don't
it's like
shave my
it's like, you know that picture they have.
Dude, hair don't grow on steel, baby. Yeah.
So only parts of your arm are steel.
Hair don't grow.
Why you keep looking at my arms again? Jeez,
Yeah, I mean,
look
just
at-
patches of hair.
He's
everywhere.
begging for you to
Oh
take
my
that
God.
shirt off.
It's unbelievable.
God.
He's like, please
Oh
take
my
that
God.
shirt off.
Look at it.
Please
It's like
take that shirt off.
patches,
Please
like
take that
every,
shirt
like
off.
from his elbow down. It's like hair, right? And then up here it's like a patch. It's like, you know, when people like.
How about my
can't
buttocks?
over it. What?
How about my buttock?
You brought that up.
Why you staring at my arm? I mean, next thing I know, I'm gonna be.
I know he is pretty
Stay tuned.
enamored by the hair patches on your arm.
The best dressed straight man. Is that what you call
Yes,
yourself?
I am.
Ric Flair.
Not tonight.
Best dressed.
That's your
Not-
opinion.
not
What do you think?
tonight.
Yeah, where's your
What do you think of the Toms?
Oh, you got the Toms.
Skinny sweats.
skinny sweats? Are those Lulu?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're
What are
Do you have
they?
to, do you have to get pants specially made like that?
Dude, check these out. These are cool shit.
Yeah.
Dude, they actually are. They look. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
they
They're cool.
look
They're
comfortable and cool. All right.
Yeah, all
whatever. Lou. So last week it was leather Lou. Now it's laid back Lou. Is this
Yeah.
It's a
Lululemon Lou.
yeah. When we get the big guest, it's just us three knuckleheads.
We'll mention the guest here in about
I'm not
5
gonna
minutes.
waste an outfit.
Stay tuned. In 5 minutes, Lou will tell you guys who we're having here on Wednesday, which I'm it's just absolutely enamored about. But let's get into this weekend real quick. Your boy that trains downtown in your gym, Regis Prograis, is fighting this Saturday. How do you feel about this? I went up there and watched him spar. The kid looks amazing.
Yeah. I mean, these guys, Regis, it's cool that sometimes with some fighters, one of the things you have to take into consideration is he in shape. I mean, with Regis, he's a beast. He's got a great trainer, and you just know, there's guys like that.
Bobby Benton.
Yeah, that's not going to be an issue. You know he's going to be in shape, but that's important for a lot of camps. There's some guys, you'll see, oh, is he going to be in shape? Which just seems kind of crazy at that level that that's be an issue.
So you got the guy he's fighting?
The guy's fighting, yeah. I mean, the guy he's fighting is Ivan. How do you say his last name? Redkoch? I don't think it matters because I think Regis is going to destroy him.
What's Ivan's record? What's his deal?
His record's 23-5 with 1 draw. Yeah, 18 knockouts. He lost his last fight to Danny Garcia. Ivan did. So
But he went the distance, right?
it was a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
I mean, so Ivan's fought 6 fights. His last 6 fights, he's won 3 of them and lost 2 of them. One of them was a knockout to John Molina. Another one was a split decision to Alginas Mendez, and then of course Danny Garcia, the unanimous decision.
And what was his last name? I just like to hear you pronounce it.
It's Redkach.
No. Pronounce it, please.
Redkach.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna have the fight up here at Savarese Fight Fit over here.
We are?
Bel Air. Yeah, Lou's putting it
There
on.
was a kid down at the old gym, a Russian kid. He was a really good, decent fighter, became a urologist over in Russia. His name was Ivan Kachkakov.
We can't have a
What?
serious conversation on this
What are you
show.
talking about?
Oh, that's one of the greatest.
I love it.
That
Love
was
it.
fantastic.
Nancy
That was
said
fantastic.
you stood up with your skinny whatever the hell those are, and she said the ratings just went up. So
Thank you.
We'll have to ask Max Sports, who's putting on this production. Thank you guys for all,
Yeah,
all the
Austin,
cameras and everything.
Zach.
Man. Oh yeah,
Man,
Barry, Austin,
those guys
Zach,
work
Max
hard,
Sports.
man.
Man, dude, they set this up in 1 hour because Lou wasn't here, you weren't here, I was the only one here on time. So.
I was doing this thing called work. I worked.
Actually, I've been here a few times recently, and you weren't here yet.
Name
so
them.
let's just last week.
I
I'll name that.
I had to go
There,
in the shower.
boom. I named it.
I don't want to be coming and stinking ass for you guys.
It didn't work. So are we? Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Let's talk about Lou getting his ass kicked.
Go ahead. Thanks, appreciate that.
Let's do it.
No, I'm going to tell you, Lou.
I told you we're not talking about
No,
my
let's
marriage.
go,
We're
let's
not
go.
talking about my marriage. Oh, sorry.
Oh shit! No, not the marriage. Not the marriage.
So we did. So we kind of, one of the things we like to do, how much time do we got?
We got time. We got 15.
Okay. Well, do we
We'll
want to
go
do
over.
Can we
I
maybe
don't care.
talk
It's
about
a great-
boxing?
We
Do we
are
wanna
right
do-
now. We're going
Oh
to
my
talk about
God.
how
Okay.
somebody boxed you.
All
right.
Apologist.
So we want to talk about Michael Grant fight. You kind of want to talk about this fight last time. No offense, Lou.
Yeah.
He beat you up, man.
Oh, he did. Yeah, beat me like a
He
man.
beat you up.
I told you that.
Yeah, he did say last time that Grant.
No,
beat
I
him.
shouldn't have took the fight. That was stupid. But I made a lot of money, so what are you gonna do?
So the first thing I was gonna bring up about the music.
Yeah.
What in the world music did you come out
Oh,
to in
I don't
that?
remember.
What was it?
It was terrible.
What?
I have no
Can
idea
you
what
put
it was.
Can you put it on?
I tell you what.
was
Let me
good.
see. Let me see if I can pull it up.
No,
I
I
want
think
to
it was-
play.
it was the
I
Bee
have
Gees.
no idea
The
what
Bee
the
Gees?
music
No, but
was.
it was-
No, it wasn't. It was
it-
slow. It was some slow song.
Oh, was it maybe Frank Sinatra? I didn't.
No, it wasn't Frank's. It was a woman singing.
No.
He came out. Yes.
No.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Abba, Dancing Queen.
No. It wasn't. It wasn't that. I'm going to bring it up because I just had that. I thought maybe you would have a better idea of exactly what you were coming out to, but it was.
Was he wearing the cape?
No, he wasn't wearing. He didn't go as.
One of my favorite things to do on this show is just tell people about Lou Savarese's Instagram. I mean, if y'all are not following,
And let's
y'all are
let's-
missing out.
And another thing, it seems he has a bit of an infatuation is my body.
Oh, here is that Lou? Oh, there's Lou in his blue. Who are you fighting right there in the blue and the yellow top? Is
that
what
was that Grant?
No, I don't think that's Grant.
that was Tyson.
Oh, that was Tyson.
yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Lasted a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
Don't worry about that fight. It was. It was.
listen,
It was
I'm gonna
short.
give-
About the same as making love to Jeff. I give it. That's just your.
It was short.
That's your foreplay and REM sleep.
It was
too.
over really quick. And you didn't feel a thing. Here, hold on.
Hey,
Hold on.
oh come on. Oh, here's the music.
Thank you, Harold. Home court advantage tonight.
What did you come out
I
to?
hear it.
10 rounds using the rules of the New York State.
Hold on.
I didn't. That was my music.
Hold on.
That wasn't my music. That was just something.
What was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember that.
Thank you, Harold. Home court advantage tonight for Lou Savarese.
You had
Like you can't even.
What does he mean by home court advantage?
I'm in New
He
York.
fought in Caesars.
Oh, they fought in C. Where?
New York.
Yeah, no, but where?
Like
Where
it's
did-
nothing. Like it was like some slow song. I didn't know what it was, so I just thought maybe you would remember.
At
I
least
could
we
I could
Fought in
barely
the
hear
Garden,
it.
dude.
That was the Garden.
Yes.
I thought that was in Caesars you fought.
No, we fought in Madison Square Garden.
Okay, well screw me. All right.
No,
so
apparently I'm only a minute and a half. You might be 2 minutes. So.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
God, Lou.
But tell me about the fight, man. So you said that you pretty much acknowledged that fight
You know,
was.
tell you something really cool about that fight. I didn't want to watch it because it was, well, a couple of really neat things about the fight. Do you want me to get into the negotiation of it or the actual fight? 'Cause we
The
talked
actual
about
fight itself.
Yeah, okay, so the actual fight, I messed my shoulder up really bad. I probably shouldn't have took the fight, but I took the fight anyway, and they paid me well, and a lot of guys go into fights with injuries. But Grant, he's just a big, strong guy, and I had to keep backing him up, and I was trying. He caught me a really good, I think it was
How
an
big was
uppercut.
he?
He's
6'7", 256 at
and
the time of the
what'd you
fight.
come in at?
I was 6'5", probably.
250. Or no,
No,
you
no,
were
about
240.
240.
He was
Oh, so
16
20
pounds heavier.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, no, he's a big dude, really great athlete, nice guy too. But we had a war, and I got cut pretty bad. I think I got cut like 2 or 3 times in that fight. And
Did he headbutt you? Because that.
yeah, we had batted heads, and that's when I thought they stopped the fight, second and third round. And my trainer at the end of the fight, I was in the locker room, and I was so mad at myself for getting stopped. He goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Dude, they stopped the fight." He goes, "You went 12 rounds."
Oh, that's right. You thought it stopped at
Yeah,
the third.
I thought they stopped the fight when I got headbutted. But watching the fight afterwards, I was really proud of myself. It was one of the fights I was most proud of. That and another fight that I won, but I got dropped was because I could have quit a bunch of times against Grant. I mean, he was beating the crap out of me, and I just kept.
Where
coming
did
back.
Grant's career go after that?
Well, he lost to Lennox
Lennox
Lewis after
yeah.
that.
Okay, so he fought Lewis.
So
so
if I
you
would have
mentioned
won,
that.
I would
That's
have
right.
fought. If I would have won that fight, I would have fought Lennox Lewis.
And that's the only person.
I probably wouldn't be here with you two knuckleheads.
But man, I tell you what though,
I'm
that
glad
cut,
you are. Thank God.
that cut
Thank
over
you,
you-
Michael Grant.
that cut over your left eye, That cut over your left eye was a big cut, man.
That was bad. It was really bad.
Did did his head cause that?
Yeah. His head caused
One of
it.
the things that I noticed in that fight, that Lampley, of course, you had Roy Jones doing the commentary
Yeah.
on the fight. You had Lampley and you had Larry Merchant.
Yeah, Merchant. Oh my God.
You don't like
I
Merchant?
can't stand that
Dude,
dude.
he's unbelievable. He's talking about.
He's obnoxious.
Anyway, he gets like real philosophical. I told you a story when I was getting ready to fight George Foreman. So I'm in HBO in the office, and what's his name? Lampley's asking, pertinent questions, and all of a sudden Merchant would go, and did you have a lot of girlfriends in high school? And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And so anyway, then Lampley would ask 5 relative questions.
Right.
Your training, how is it fighting this guy, and are you nervous, or whatever. And then what's his name? Merchant would go, well, did you go on a lot of dates in high school? I'm like, what? And I'm not making this up. You know what's name Lampley said? Hey guys, can I curse? It's gonna be just for this.
Yeah.
Lampley goes, Larry, do you want to fuck him or interview him? Oh shit! This is my first. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Well, he's been notorious for doing that. He's done it to Tyson a bunch, like just right there, right in front of
Well,
him.
he
and
threatened. He
like-
threatened to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
right in the ring. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like,
"I'll
if I
beat
was
you."
younger,
Yeah, if
I would box you. Or he's like, I would fight you right
And that's what I'm
now.
talking about. How annoying and obnoxious that guy is.
Yeah.
man.
Oh, he had
Good.
what's his name? I forget when he who was it? It was Hector Rosario fought Chavez, and Chavez dropped like he's like, "Were you ever hurt?" I'm like, dude, he went down 3 times. Whoa, hold on. Stop the
I'm
press.
excited about whatever you're about to
Oh,
say.
dude, I forgot.
Hold on.
I
We have an
was sitting-
advertisement.
no, this-
Brought to you by.
Yeah,
what
brought
was
to you
it?
by Clean.
Oh my God, it's gonna play into this. It's gonna play into it. Listen, it's gonna play into this.
Oh,
I can explain.
Max Sports,
No,
Max
hold on.
Sports.
I can explain every reason Larry Merchant was a tool.
Let's
when it
go.
came-
Let's go.
Okay, I was sitting behind him before because when you have big fights,
This is going on Twitter.
hold
I'm
on.
tagging him.
But it doesn't.
Please.
I don't care. I'm just gonna. But
How many girlfriends?
gonna show up
How
and
many
beat you
girlfriends
up.
do you have in high school?
But shut up. So anyway. Wait,
I'm gonna go with
I lost my train of
four.
thought. Now, darn it.
You were talking about Larry
Larry
Merchant.
So Larry Merchant. So anyway.
Something having to do with that can.
So when you go to a fight, people don't know it's a big fight card. There'll be like 6 fights before the TV fights. They'll just have fights.
Yep.
So I'm sitting behind Merchant because one of the guys fighting, dude, 5 double martinis before he's getting up to now.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, 5, and I ain't making this up. I was like, and he got the holy shit. Then I explained everything over the last 10 years why.
Oh, it makes sense then.
Yeah, it all made sense.
Like the Tyson fight with you and him doing blow before the fight.
Yeah.
It makes sense now. I mean, I'm not joking. Go back and watch the fight. You can like,
did.
totally,
Yeah,
like
100%.
listen, like you can totally see exactly what.
No,
he's
he
talking
said it. It's not like it's
Yeah,
not.
no. And
it's
then in
not
Vegas,
hearsay.
like you
it was
said,
memorialized. He said he was
Yeah,
doing
and-
coke 2 hours before the fight.
Well, and speaking of that Tyson fight was after that Grant fight, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you did it. But dude, I will give you props, man. Watching that fight, I thought you were going down in the 10th.
Yeah, no. He could.
You should have gone down in the 10th.
I was proud that I kept going, and I could have quit, and that's what it's all about. I mean, listen, you're gonna win some and lose some. There's only been a couple of guys, Mayweather, Marciano, my idol, that have retired undefeated. So
Do you know at that point, like, are you knowing at a certain point in the fight, you're like, I've lost this. I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, but
my
as
goal
a-
is to go 10.
yeah, or as a heavyweight. I never wanted to get knocked out. I mean, I just didn't want to do it. But as a heavyweight, you're hoping that you can land that big punch too, and that's you have that luxury, hopefully, as a heavyweight.
I
Yeah.
love how Grant brings it back to like reality and asks like the legit questions. I'm over here with the F off questions.
Well, because when I watch a fight, like, I
How
mean,
many
look,
girlfriends you have?
no.
It's so weird though. You're talking about boxing. It's really,
Yeah, I know. It is a boxing show. We got boxing gloves.
Yeah.
It's you're a boxing guy, so.
Savarese.
But I mean, look, I'm sitting here watching that fight. These are all the questions I thought of when I'm sitting there watching it because it's just like you watch that. This is my
So
last.
give me some questions. I want to hear.
Is the protective cup? Was it that big a deal that his protective cup was that high up on?
Yeah,
his waist?
especially because he's 6'8", so I need to work his body. And I was hurting with a couple of
We'll
bodies.
we'll do a flash. All right, go through them. We'll do a flash.
Yeah, I'll do it quick. Go ahead.
Go,
Okay.
Go.
Does the ref matter in boxing?
Absolutely, 100%.
100%.
Go.
Okay, all right. You got cut in the 3rd, and it appeared you told the ref he headbutted you. Did you tell the ref
I did
that?
tell the ref that. Yeah, just to reiterate,
Was the low blow you gave Grant in the 4th payback for something?
it was.
Okay.
I hit him a
Nice.
couple of low blows.
Nice.
All right. Round 5, Grant went low again, and the ref warned him. Is that what happened? How often did he go low on you?
He went low a lot, and it's not.
Is that
it's
what
not
the
a small
problem
matter
is
when you
now?
hit me. What?
Nothing. No.
Lampley said in the sixth. Lampley said in the sixth that you waved at them. Did you do that?
I waved at Lampley?
You waved at the commentator.
No, I was trying to give him the finger, but I couldn't.
Because you were boxing. In the box, he's boxing. He's real close, and you see you go like this.
I may have, because they may have thought he hurt me, and I was trying to show him I wasn't hurt or something. Who knows?
How much did the cut affect you in the fight?
Oh, it was bad because it kept coming. It was above my eye. It was bad. I got
when that cut happened.
I got a ton of stitches that time too.
Do you lose an eye because it's?
I looked like a baseball after that fight was over, dude.
So
you were bleeding from your mouth too.
Everywhere.
So you're fighting with one eye basically at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't see.
Was the kneel down in the 8th a knockdown, or did you just go down?
No, I can answer this because he's talked about this before.
No, it was a different fight.
No, it's a different fight.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, it was a different fight.
Thank you.
It was the Forrest fight, wasn't it? Or the Whitaker fight, not Forrest. Whitaker fight.
Fine.
It was the Whitaker fight on the
I
kneel
don't know
down,
anything.
right? See, man, I'm here for you, man. This guy.
I'm over here just for.
Yeah, this guy. He's here
because I have nice hair.
Yeah.
That you're covered up. Yeah. Okay, I'll ask.
Why are you mad? You mad about it?
No, I'm not. We kind of switched. You did the hat tonight. I didn't do the hat.
I need a haircut.
This will be my last one. Do you think? Were you looking for a place to fall in the 10th? Because you fell back in the ropes.
No.
I mean, were you looking for a break, or did that just happen?
No, it just happened.
Just happened?
But I've done that before, but not that time.
Okay.
That's one of the few times that you've told us, actually, that you legitimately lost that fight. That you've told us off camera that you got beat up. Like, rough. That was
I have no problem.
That was a rough fight.
Telling you I lost fights. I mean, listen, I have no problem saying I lost fights.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's get into some history. If you have some, you got some history.
Do I have some?
Let's go.
Does Lou look good in sleeveless shirts?
So there's no history today. We're gonna move the on.
All right, so we don't have a lot, so we'll move through it. Zach, are you ready on? You ready on the pictures? Go. All right. April 11th. Get this. 17.
Hold on. There's Lou.
What?
Look, it's on there. Look at that, man.
Oh yeah.
Lou in underwear with the cape.
Captain Blanco.
Captain Blanco.
Hey, you know what? That's a good question. That's a good question.
Here we go.
Love that.
Please do this. Please do this. Please do this.
Look, now he's mad at you. Like,
yeah, I know. You didn't have a nickname.
Yeah.
Like whenever they were doing your announcements, they just said Lou Savarese.
Well,
like
big,
they didn't.
Big Lou Savarese.
Big Lou.
They didn't say anything. Can you do this for me?
Yeah.
If you do get back in the ring.
Yeah.
Can you please tell him you're Lou Captain Blanco Savarese, please?
No, absolutely not. I'm not denigrating my career with Captain Blanco. Jesus.
I tried.
I love it.
I tried. Captain Blanco would be fantastic.
And
you could go out in that
lose
cape.
every funny YouTuber. Oh, I mean Captain Blanco.
That's more like a WWE thing, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think that he would. You'd be great at WWE.
Yeah.
You'd be really good.
Oh, he didn't like that, dude. Did you see that look he just gave you?
He'd be the new Ric Flair. Like,
yeah, but I look funny with my hair dyed blonde.
He didn't like that. All right, so April 11th. We'll go back in history real quick. April 11th. I won't even go into that one. April 11th, 1981. Larry Holmes beats Trevor Berbick in 15 for the heavyweight boxing title.
Great fight. And Berbick and Holmes had a fight later.
Yeah, that wasn't the only one they had.
They had a fight and a street fight. They had a street fight.
Oh.
Yeah, Berbick wanted to fight him again. Holmes
really?
Jumped over a car. It was something crazy.
Oh, you've actually mentioned that on the show before.
Yeah, but they're two tough guys. I mean, great
that's
fighters.
right, because we talked about Larry Holmes, how big his hands were, and if he hits you, like, woof.
No, that was Bo. That was
Riddick Bowe.
Yeah,
Okay,
but Holmes was a big guy himself.
I am paying attention.
Holmes told me. I have a funny story about Holmes. I had a fight in Pennsylvania, and Larry Holmes and Joe Frazier came to the fight, and Holmes.
Wait a minute. You had a fight, and Larry Holmes
and
Joe Frazier came to watch you.
Yeah, and the funniest thing about
it was crazy. It'd be like saying, well, you know what? I was playing a basketball game, and Michael Jordan and
Jordan
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar showed up.
Funny thing, I flew into LaGuardia, and I was driving up to the fight was in Pennsylvania, and they're both from Philly. Frazier's from Philly, and Larry Holmes is from Eastern Pennsylvania, but Frazier stopped at Howard Stern's and was doing before he went up to before he came up to the show, and Howard Stern's had him on the show. And it was around whatever, but I don't know what time of the year, but it wasn't Christmas time. It was a long time from Christmas. So Stearns had Joe Frazier on the show, and he took out some Christmas wine that he's had on Fun, and Joe started drinking the wine with him.
On the Howard Stern show.
On the Howard Stern show, and then the show was over, but Stearns locked the door because
they kept drinking.
Yeah, because what's his name was hilarious. Joe, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go up there and fly past up there with big ugly white wife and shit.
So
he was saying some crazy
those of y'all that don't know, Lou's been sober for almost a year now. May 24th will be year anniversary.
One day at a time.
Not that I'm telling you to drink, but I can only imagine because of the people that watch the show and that comment. If I were to close the door and get you with some wine, or whatever, that would be
that'd be
unbelievable.
In what sense?
It would be hysterical. You're such a personality.
Funny sober?
Yes, you are funny sober. That's why we have this damn show.
So what do you?
this damn show.
You like to be drunk?
This damn show, Lou.
Dude, it doesn't matter how much booze is out there. I'm not showing you more body parts. That's it, dude. This is all you get.
He wants to see those hair
Y'all,
patches.
stay tuned because I can
He's not satisfied with the arm.
I can guarantee you that Lou will be have less clothes on on a weekly basis. Watch you're
Not true. Not true.
It's summertime.
Well,
you are going to come
next
in
week
short.
definitely.
Have you worn shorts up here yet?
No.
No, not yet. That's
Are you gonna wear
That's what I was trying to get into. Next week, so we're having a fight here on Saturday.
I will wear shorts after I go see Ivan Ketchkako.
Will you? Will you wear the Cavaricci jeans, the jorts? Cavaricci jorts. Will you wear those?
I threw those out.
That's a shame.
But I have Jabro. I have
Somebody,
Jabro.
Ashley, I know you're watching. Ashley, get on Amazon. Orders. What's your waist size? Is it right? 34?
38.
38. We need 38 Z Cavariccis, and we got to cut them off.
We're gonna make them jorts.
I was 34 in fourth grade.
That would be fantastic.
That's gonna take this show to the next level.
Dude, our viewership will go off the chains, man.
Lou Z Cavaricci.
Yeah.
I wish they would bring those back. They were so cool.
Oh my god, dude!
Those
the
are
best
terrible.
question of that entire. By the way, go check it out on the podcast. Yes. That is an unbelievable show. That's what Shockley. You got to see Shocky's face. He's looking at you like, what in the hell?
Well, I tell you what was great. I tell you what was great about that.
He's like the button.
He didn't know.
He was the button. And that's what I was gonna say. I tell you what was great about that show was. I could tell for him he was kind of trying to feeling his way into it as far as the show goes. But then we started talking about your Z Cavariccis.
He was in it.
He was in it. He was starting.
He don't know nothing about no Z Cavaricci.
No, but I showed him the picture.
Yeah, you showed the picture because he's sitting right next to Grant.
Yeah, I showed him the picture. And he had asked.
They didn't have Z Cavariccis in Beaumont, I don't think.
That was fantastic.
Beaumont? Why
you
Beaumont?
Gotta see,
that's where he's from. Yeah.
You got to see.
Wait, isn't Shocky from Beaumont?
No, he's from Orange.
Orange, yeah, that's right, Orange.
Yeah, it's like 10 miles away. Yeah. But he'll tell you Orange. But that whole interview with Shocky is absolutely unbelievable. And Regis Prograis is fighting.
These guys, it sounds like I keep saying, but they're so well spoken. It's amazing. Really cool. It's great.
They're great guys, man.
And then to hear that Shocky had 200 fights, that's
I'm not trying to kiss your ass anymore, whatever. But
anymore, I don't think you have ever once.
No, I have. I give Lou his props. They respect.
I give you your props too.
No, well, we're not gonna go in there, but
dude, I do. Just give me.
But off air,
give me a little more. Give me a little more.
But these guys honestly respect you, and they come on this show knowing who you are and who you fought. And for me and Grant, it's actually a privilege to sit next to you, knowing that you were in the ring with Foreman and Tyson and Holyfield and all these guys.
I don't take this for granted at all. I think this is fantastic.
And you have these guys on that look at you. They do look at you, man, and then they look up to you, and it's awesome to see.
I like these. Take it for granted.
Grant.
See, I can do that.
Very cool.
That's what's great about my name.
All right, let's get to a little bit more history. Then we're going to announce who we got.
I'm sorry, you guys are being serious. I love you guys too, and thank you for giving me credit and respect.
Shit. You've earned it, man. It's like to Jeff's point, and we talk about it. To get serious real quick, we talk about it when we're not here, but I'll speak for Jeff. I think, man, I'm humbled that I'm here with you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for real. This is you're one of the.
Well,
you're one of the guys in boxing that you like you said you've done it all.
You've earned your keep.
You have.
And in boxing, that's.
And I think Max Kellerman said it great.
Yep.
That's just.
What did he say? What's the quote that Max said? Old school?
Can we have a group hug, guys?
We can do it after. That's how we can close the show.
Not in those pants.
Can I put my shit?
No, sir.
But see, here's the only thing I would say. People
How's it going?
Keep those pants to yourself.
Well, you know what? Honestly, Jeff's been waiting for you to ask that. Jeff's been waiting. All right, so we'll go back. Enjoy that little moment of us getting along because that was about it.
That's it. It's over.
April 13th, 2014, Manny Pacquiao defeats Timothy Bradley to regain his WBO welterweight
Bradley was a
boxing
tough kid.
title.
Never really got his due, but he was a tough kid. But he was in a really tough division too, and that's what happens. You'll see with a lot of guys. I mean, there's just some guys you just come out at the wrong time. I mean, they're like
He was a good draw, though. It was a good fight for Pacquiao, and that was a good draw.
Yeah. It was
Bradley
good.
had some good moments. I mean, had some good fights.
Well, and they fought more than once.
Twice,
think.
right?
Yeah, I think they fought more than once. Yeah. All right, so you know what? I'm tell you what. I'm gonna go to some birthdays, and I want to go to 2 deaths that I think are significant. I'm gonna go to birthdays. I thought maybe you would know this guy. That's why I brought this up. April 13th, 1927, birthday for George Washington, American boxing trainer.
Yeah.
Riddick Bowe and Mark Breland were.
Oh man, what a trainer! Yeah, so he had a famous gym, Bed-Stuy gym. That was his gym. And if George was in the corner, you knew you were in a fight. He was one of the best amateurs. He had Breland, he had Bowe, he had a lot of guys that came out of the Bed-Stuy gym.
Is there an area in New York that's known for boxing
Yeah,
gyms?
well, Bed-Stuy was the spot. Then Gleason's has been the longest gym. It's in Brooklyn Heights now, which is actually a nice area.
And so this is what I'm talking about with Lou. I guarantee you, if we went down to New York, you can walk in that gym and everybody would be like, "What's
100%.
Yeah, and be like, and that is
100%.
unbelievable.
They would know me there, but well, Gleason's. I mean, it's all a bunch of old timers there, like myself now. I'm an old timer. God damn.
You are an
Dude,
old
you
timer.
could beat the living shit out of Kevin McBride, and I can't wait.
Yes, Kevin McBride. Before you start
Going
reaching,
down.
you should get your ass beat by Lou.
Hey, I'm happy for him, man. He's a real fighter.
And I love that, and that's humble, and it's good for him for somebody.
No,
reaching
it's
out,
great. He's
whatever.
gonna probably get a little money for that too. I don't know what you get paid for an exhibition.
You need to call somebody out because that's what he did on that video, right?
Yeah.
He called out.
You
Mike
need to
Tyson.
see. I think that's what you're not. See, you're too nice a guy. That's
We
the
need to
problem.
have you
You need to
videotape,
You need to call
call
somebody
somebody
out. You need to call somebody out.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Lou
It ain't no
Savarese is
joke.
waiting for you.
Let's fight when you're
That
not on coke.
first time was a fluke.
Yeah.
That first time was a fluke.
That first time was a fluke. Get over here with Luke.
My name's Lou.
Well, I know,
You messed it
Lou,
up,
Lou.
man. Oh my God.
All right, whatever.
He's not a poet.
I ain't your bitch. I ain't your boo. I'm Big Lou.
There you go.
If you want to do it and don't make it a joke, we're gonna do this time without the coke.
See,
Out.
that's better than you, Jeff.
Yeah.
That was good.
I can start rhyming. You don't want me to get in there.
All right, so I'll do
skills?
this. These are the last 2. I'll say
You
these.
got rhymes?
Yeah, I do.
Let me hear.
Not right now. Just-
Yeah, exactly. But no, this is significant. I'll say this: death. We had 2 boxers. This is crazy. These 2 boxers die on the same day,
Really?
8 years apart. April 12th, 1981, Joe Louis died. Cardiac arrest at 66.
Oof.
Wow, I didn't know he was that young. I really
Yes.
didn't.
Yeah.
6, wow.
What amazing.
April 12th, 1989, Sugar Ray Robinson died.
Wow.
Died of Alzheimer's disease at
I'd say the
67.
greatest fighter ever, Robinson. I say Lewis, if not the greatest heavyweight, top 5.
But I saw that, and I was just like, this is a great picture. I thought this was a good picture to put up of Joe Louis just because that's an older picture. That's an older picture of him.
There's
so,
one of the him.
Lewis.
so you got Joe Louis, and then you got Sugar Ray.
What a gentleman Lewis was. Everybody loved him, and you never heard a bad thing. Sad thing about Lewis, he lost most of his money on the golf course.
Yeah, you told us that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just
yeah,
a gamble.
big,
Like
yeah.
Jordan, but Jordan has way more.
Yeah, Jordan's got billions. So, but anyway, I thought that was significant. I mean,
That's
two
cool.
of
Thanks
those
for
guys
telling me that.
dying on the same day.
Why don't you call out a celebrity, and then beat the shit out of a celebrity, and then you just, like then
You
we
know,
get
that's
to
a good question.
What's
If you could box a celebrity right now, who would you box? A celebrity. You'd be like, you can get in the ring. You could call him out. You can get in the ring with him. Who would you
Wait,
box?
hold on. Can we back up a little? That's a good question.
I think so.
Yeah,
Why-
because
why-
all these other people are doing all like
Hey, look,
just
Jeff
get in
doesn't
there.
do it often. When he does it, you gotta pump him
Listen,
up a little bit.
Lou.
Okay, a celebrity I'd like to beat up.
You like to box?
Yeah, not beat
Kate
up.
Upton. No, I'm joking.
Kate Upton.
No, just no.
You always go
I
to
think
Kate
everybody-
Upton. That's
yeah,
always
Kate
his,
Upton.
that's always his
No,
go-to.
The go-to.
Let me think. A celebrity.
I kind of put you on the spot.
Hold on. I don't know any celebrities now.
Hey, Patrick
So-
said Sugar Ray Robinson used to train in Greenwood.
He did, yes,
which
he did.
We've had a bunch of people on here talk about Greenwood. You're,
that's
you're
where I'm
pretty
from.
famous over there.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, Greenwood Lake. I'm born in the Bronx, but raised in Greenwood Lake, New York. It's ironic I was raised there because that's where most of a lot of great fighters trained. It was a training camp for Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis. A lot of guys trained up there.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're running up against it. Anything else, Grant?
No, I thought that was good. I think we hit it. We
Hey,
missed
real
some,
quick,
but
can you ask Patrick how Bernadette's doing?
huh?
Ask Patrick how Bernadette's doing. Can we ask him that?
Patrick. No. Dude.
Go ahead. No, sorry.
I think we have Patrick, man. That's your boy. That's your boy. By the way, Patrick, send those Mike Tyson gloves, or at least a picture of them. Post them up on Lights
You
Out.
do not want anything sent to you from him. You're a part of a felony. I promise. No, that's 100%.
He was in Rikers, right? Patrick was in Rikers.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was wrongly incarcerated, but he
wrongly incarcerated, like everybody.
He's put more business.
Just kidding.
He's put more business out of business than COVID. I'm not kidding. They put
what?
And then COVID. He put,
okay.
His family,
COVID.
I was
they put a lumber yard out of business. True story.
I know. You told me that they stole the lumber truck.
Yeah, they built like 3 houses. Oh my
God. Anyways, y'all listen.
And he put Quackies out of business.
I want to thank Max Sports for doing this production for us, man. Great.
He stole a watermelon once. I'm not kidding. Stole a watermelon. I go, what are we going to cut it with? He went back and stole a knife. True story. How do you steal a watermelon?
Y'all hear this? I love this show. Man. This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Thank you, Zach and Ali. Barry back there with Max Sports. Man, go to maxsports.com. Watch us again. It'll be on podcast tomorrow. I want to thank Lou Savarese and Grant.
Wait, I'm still thinking about what celebrity I want to fight. That's the stupidest question.
Well, here you go. Speaking of
I don't know any
fighting,
celebrities.
before we get out of here, who's coming on Wednesday? A week from today, who are we going to have in here at this table?
I don't want to say it. I want to make 100% sure he's in here. Can we hold
Oh, God.
It's gonna be. It's good. It's just gonna add more hype.
All right.
It's a tease.
Y'all just go to Lights Out with Lou Savarese on Facebook.
Yeah, watch us, yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the local things.
I'll just say this: if it happens,
It'll be happy. We will.
if it
It's
happens,
gonna happen.
Oh yeah, we're gonna break.
it'll be probably the most
I got another
badass
story
thing we've done so far.
Oh yeah, by far to be the most badass thing. I will give you a hint. He was just on the Joe Rogan show, and he is a UFC fighter.
And Lou might not be wearing your shirt.
You know what?
Okay, the ratings are gonna
Jeff would be
start.
cool with that.
What?
You can show up here without a shirt on. And
Well, I just want to show people I'm in shape. I'm living the life. I'm not.
show up like you're gonna box.
I mean, what's his name? Talking about
Patrick, you're talking shit about his wife. Whatever. He's like, she up and died.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Like, dude.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Patrick, like, my bad.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
man.
I'll never say it again. Sorry. Let's have a moment for Bernadette. But
Moment of silence.
yeah.
You called her fat too.
No, it's not. I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes, you
say,
did.
No, I did not. It's not true. I said
Healthy.
No,
Healthy.
like good, like PHAT. That's like fat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, pretty hot and tense.
Oh, gee, I'm
Gotcha.
fat, baby.
Gotcha.
Is
You
that what
spelled
that
it
is?
wrong.
All right, y'all, we got to get out of here before we get in
Spelling
trouble.
Is that what it is? I never knew that. I finally learned. You learned me something. But
Learn me something. That's good.
PHAT is pretty hot. And
What was that
tempting.
fight he was in? It hurt.
Michael Grant.
Is
Michael
that true?
Grant.
Is
Yeah.
that true? That's good.
Who-
Like,
who-
what's the
what is
thought?
it? Like,
What's the thought?
Who
These
learned
hoes-
you how to spoke?
These hoes are thirsty, right?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, dots. Isn't that these hoes are thirsty?
That is not what.
Can you do something next show? Can you bring one of your poems and read it for us?
Absolutely.
We'll do the one with, what is it, Clear?
Clean.
Clean. All right, y'all, go to Clean, and thank you again for Max Sports. Man, want to thank Lou Savarese. Obviously, we're over here at Savarese Fight Fit. Y'all pay attention to our any one of our social
Clearly
media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Huge announcement coming. Got to make 100% sure. Like Lou said, don't want to say it, then it not happen. But yeah, next week's show is going to be phenomenal. But for Lights Out with Lou Savarese, I'm Jeff Michael, Grant Miles, and Lou. And man, thank you guys. We're out of here. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Later.
Good show, guys. That was good.
You're a funny man, Lou. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lights Out with Lou Savarese. Here are your hosts, Grant Miles, Jeff Michael.